To be one of those uninformed voters, uninformed people in this world, then change the channel because they're going to give you information you can work with.
They got human excrement running all around the place.
Your home smells of feces.
Yes.
People peeing in the streets.
Ooh, do you smell something?
Needles in the streets.
These are not tears. We are vomiting from our eyes.
And yet, what they're worried about? The words you use to call criminals. Because there's a certain stigma they don't want criminals to have to deal with.
Could we talk about something else?
I'm going to give you information that's going to make you have to make a decision, have to do something about what's going on in this country.
Something resembling anything.
If you want to get involved in the conversation, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Check out my classic podcast. There's so much going on the website, but do something. Get involved.
The Joe Messina Show.
Welcome back to another session of Sanity right here on the Joe Messina Show. It's a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly be part of the conversation. You know what? If you want to be part of the solution, then be part of the conversation. Get informed, get engaged, understand what's happening and what's going on around you. That way you can fight, right? You can push back and you can fight. Well, it happened. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Don't get nervous. It happened. RFK Jr. Trump nominated him for the Director of Health and Human Services. You know, you couldn't have a better guy for the job. I've been watching and following him ever since he did a documentary called Vaxxed. And I want you to think about something. The Dems are calling out each and every... They talk about playing nice. They talk about wanting to do things together. And yet, they have called out each and every one of Trump's nominations. Every one of them. Now we're seeing from the left that Tulsi Gabbard may have been part of a cult. And therefore, she really shouldn't be, in her position. These people are amazing, amazingly serious, just whatever. These are the same people. Okay. All right. These are the same people, if you think about it, that have allowed their congressmen or congresspeople, their senators to maintain, be in their seats, be in positions of authority, when they have done egregious things. They don't seem to care. Doesn't bother them at all. And it goes back to what I've said in the past. Everything they do is perfect and above reproach. They have problems with Rubio and Hegseth and Gates and Noam, Chrissy Noam, Tulsi Gabbard. These are all dangerous. Did you know that? I didn't know how dangerous these people were. All dangerous people. They claim that these people don't have enough experience in some areas. In other areas, they're worried that they're so inexperienced and it's nothing but a vendetta against them. Well, good. They should be afraid. I don't think it's going to be like that, but they should be afraid. I want you to think about how many times his cabinet, Joey Biden's cabinet, was brought in front of Congress and couldn't answer simple questions. Right? Antony Blinken, give me a break. Secretary of State. He, again, trying to tell Israel how they should fight these wars. Trying to tell Israel how they make sure there's no collateral damage to speak of. Seriously? Janet Yellen, remember her? Saying that, inflation will always be here. It's transient inflation. It'll always be here in some way, shape, manner, or form, but it's like, no, sorry. Lloyd Austin. The only thing he had going for him is he was all into the DEI movement for the military. The military shouldn't, I don't mean this as a slight, but the military rank and file should be able to spell DEI. That's not their job. The job is to get out there and protect, get out there and destroy, rebuild. That simple. Merrick Garland, I could spend an hour on him alone. All right? I mean, thank you, Jesus, that this guy never made it on the Supreme Court. He is a hateful, nasty man. Really that simple. Anybody who would okay or allow, 25 plus FBI agents, law enforcement officers, and flak jackets and guns to knock on Rudy Giuliani's door, almost knock it down at 5 o'clock in the morning, that's just sad. Now, everybody else on the left was allowed to, come into the office on their own, bring themselves in. That was okay. Secretary of Health and Human Services currently, Xavier Becerra, give me a break. A lot of what was brought to the White House by Kamala and others were California failures. Look at where California is. Look at what bad shape California is. I said this last night. Pete Buttigieg, or what I call Pete Buttercheeks. Think about it. Secretary of Transportation couldn't maintain the roads as mayor in his little small city. Couldn't do it. You have to stop and think about these things. I mean, we can hit every one of these and the problems that they had before they got into the office and afterward. It's just amazing. And yet all of Trump's picks are bad. Robert Kennedy Jr., a saint, a wonderful guy in the Democrat Party. Until now. Right? Until he teamed up with Donald Trump Jr. Remember the devil? Right? How did he get into the White House? Why did Joey B let him in the White House? Because he's a bigger man than that? No, I don't think so. And then John Kerry. Oh, God. The energy czar. Good luck with that. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all-natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
Attention. This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
President Biden recently released a massive $6 trillion budget, the largest budget in U.S. history. And guess who pays the bill? That's right, you, the American taxpayer. American citizens and business owners will be paying more taxes. That's a fact. And if you owe back taxes, they will be coming after you to collect payments. In fact, President Biden also hired thousands more IRS agents to go after you. If you got a letter from the IRS and you know you owe back taxes or you haven't filed in years, don't put your head in the sand. Call us today. We've saved our customers millions of tax dollars. One quick, free phone call will show you how we can reduce your past tax bill and save you thousands. Guaranteed, or you pay nothing. Call now.
800-511-6046. 800-511-6046. 800-511-6046. That's 800-511-6046.
Isn't that just like a wop? Brings a knife to a gunfight.
Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand.
We are back, Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855 Real Joe, 855-732-5566. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the conversation. Always appreciate the time you guys spend with me. Whether you're in the chat room, texting, tweeting, sending me emails. You can send me an email at joe@joemessina.com. joe@joemessina.com. So, Alfonso Rachel's going to join us right after the break. And I always appreciate your input when he comes on the show. You know what I love about the left? At least they're consistent, right? The thing I love about them is they're so darn consistent. When you start pulling together all the information on the left, stuff that they've been talking about, working on, you just go right down the list, and you look at them tearing apart. The guy isn't even in office yet. This is the funny thing about it. And here they are. Democrats are pushing to clarify the 22nd Amendment to stop talks of a third Trump term. Who's talking about third Trump term? How do they know they're not talking about Donald Trump Jr. or Eric Trump? Look at how the left-wing media truly are like little cats chasing that pointer on the wall. And Trump is so good at just leading them right down the garden path, isn't he? I find them hilarious. I really find them just so funny. And every time he says something or does something, they're all over like white on rice. It's just fantastic. But as you go down the headlines on a lot of the main, MSNBC, ABC, DFG, all of these, you just have to giggle because they go down the picks and the ideas of everything that Donald Trump has said the last couple of weeks and just going after it big time, putting it down, being negative about it. Right? And it's hilarious. I mean, it's just hilarious. And even some of the GOP incumbents that won re-election or some of the seats that have been taken away from their people. See, it's never they made a mistake, they didn't have the right verbiage, or they weren't doing the right thing, or they went too far in a direction. No. It's always how bad we are. I find it hilarious. Just hilarious. Republican Dave McCormick, he won the U.S. Senate seat in Pennsylvania, but the his challenger won't give it up. Won't concede the seat. Do you know why? Come on, you guys aren't stupid. You know exactly why. Because they want a recount. That's right. Democrat incumbent Bob Casey wants a recount, and it hit the numbers for a recount, for an automatic recount. But Casey is pushing to count the votes that came in from what they call undocumented people. Well, it's against the law in the state. The Supreme Court already came down and said no in his state. But he wants them counted. This is just, it is hilarious. McCormick has, 3,380,000 votes, or 48.9%. Well, actually, almost 50%. I mean, almost 49%. Casey has 3,350,000. They're 30-some-odd thousand votes apart. I mean, any decent pundit will tell you that's insurmountable. So, again, he knows he lost. He wants a recount, but he wants the illegal immigrants who voted. He wants their votes counted. Can you believe this? And they won't say, again, their Supreme Court already turned him, so he doesn't care. Now, on top of that, I found a clip, or I found a story around the fact that the people who handle the elections there in Pennsylvania, they know it. They know what the Supreme Court says, and as usual, as with Democrats in these positions, they don't care. Yeah, that's it. They don't care. So the Democrat commissioners in Bucks County, they're bragging about defying the PA Supreme Court ruling in a video. It's breaking the law by counting undated and incorrectly dated ballots in a race already won by GOP Senator-elect Dave McCormick. Now, what's funny about this, too, remember, Trump won the state, too. Pennsylvania flipped a Senate seat red after President Trump's landslide victory. Trump-backed candidate Dave McCormick unseated longtime Democrat Senator Bob Casey. And the Republican Dave McCormick was ahead of the Democrat Bob Casey last week by more than 30,000 votes. But Casey refused to concede. Why? Because the court refused to allow improperly dated, not dated, these ballots that didn't follow the law. It's just amazing. And again, these are the people that always say no one is above the law. They followed the law. I just find this amazing. I always will, by the way. It's expected, yes. But then I go there, I go, you got to be kidding me. I don't even know how long this is, but let's see if you can actually hear this. Hold on. I know I got to turn it up loud because these guys, you can barely hear them sometimes.
We reject all three categories of these ballots.
Your motion is to reject or dismiss the challenges in this category in front of you?
Correct, yep.
Not going to second that, mostly because I think we all know that precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country, and people violate laws anytime they want. So for me, if I violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it.
Court already paid attention to it. They already gave you a ruling. And they openly admit now, we are breaking this law. We are counting illegals, bad ballots, and we are breaking this law. Isn't that amazing? But nobody's above the law. Oh, they are. I know she's going to say, well, I was trying to say I wanted to get the attention of the courts. You got the attention of the court. Right? The Supreme Court of Pennsylvania said that back in September they ruled that undated ballots, improperly dated ballots, won't be counted, period. It's just amazing. Anyway, we'll be back in a few minutes. Joe Mazzino, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up on the Joe Mazzino Show. An American flag that was made everywhere else but America? Joe Messina here, host of the Joe Messina Show. I'm always asking you to buy items made in America whenever you can, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I own and fly an American flag made by Grace Alley, and I love it. I can hardly walk by it without saluting. Let's keep the unemployment rate low and buy American. Grace Alley flags are made right here in America by American workers. These embroidered flags are made well, and you'll be proud to fly them. Stop sending your money overseas. Keep it right here in America. These flags are fully endorsed by the U.S. government for all American flag requirements. You can find them on Amazon, eBay, and at GraceAlley.com. Get one for the house, the office, well, and your bedroom. Why not? Again, you can find them at Amazon, eBay, and GraceAlley.com. God bless you, and God bless America.
J&M Enterprises is a full-service screen printing company. They print on shirts, pants, hats, cups, frisbees, sports bags, sweatshirts, tote bags, and most any other promotional items. J&M has been family-owned and operated for over 25 years. J&M takes pride in providing high-quality products and services because we care. Our state-of-the-art equipment enables us to print high volume with superior quality on any job. We print on clothing lines for schools, businesses, sports teams, and bands nationwide. Our team is committed to total customer satisfaction and the quality you should expect from a professional screen printing company. J&M, family owned and operated. Give us a call. We guarantee a great product and a great price. 800-462-0002. For a price quote, 800-468-0002. Or go to the web at www.jnm.cc.
Do the letters IRS give you anxiety? I'm Dan Pilla. I've defended people from the IRS for more than 40 years. My book, How to Get Tax Amnesty, created the tax resolution industry and is responsible for helping hundreds of thousands of people. It can help you too. If you're a non-filer or facing IRS enforcement right now, your case is unique. You need real help, not cookie-cutter advice. My clients get my personal attention. Buy my book at danpilla.com and get a free consultation directly with me. That's danpilla.com. Let's start solving your tax problem right now.
Are you or someone you love struggling with an addiction to drugs or alcohol and want to be set free from the chains of addiction? Then call Addiction Helpline America right now to get the help you need. From drug and alcohol addiction to dual diagnosis treatment, we provide a confidential helpline to help people like you get sober and live happy, substance-free lives.
Treatment helped me get my life back. I was so addicted, the only person I could focus on was myself and what I needed. I hit rock bottom and lost everything. Through treatment, I was able to overcome those demons and focus on my family again.
I used until I overdosed and almost died. That was the end of the road for me. After seeking treatment, I now have hope. I learned skills that help me deal with life on life's terms.
800-932-1745. 800-932-1745. 800-932-1745. That's 800-932-1745.
Do the letters IRS give you anxiety? I'm Dan Pilla. I've defended people from the IRS for more than 40 years. My book, How to Get Tax Amnesty, created the tax resolution industry and is responsible for helping hundreds of thousands of people. It can help you too. If you're a non-filer or facing IRS enforcement right now, your case is unique. You need real help, not cookie-cutter advice. My clients get my personal attention. Buy my book at danpilla.com and get a free consultation directly with me. That's danpilla.com. Let's start solving your tax problem right now.
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think. That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. I really do appreciate the time you're spending with us here on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, and truly being part of the conversation. All right. We were talking about the Democrat Commission in Bucks County bragging about defying the PA Supreme Court ruling. And they're counting illegal ballots. And they don't care. Matter of fact, one of the people on the commission, what's her name? Diane Maseglia. She openly bragged about violating the law and defying the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. We all know that precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore. Whoa. Got it. Okay. So when a court doesn't rule, I mean, so who's the ultimate? Where's the ultimate law? Seriously. Now, the RNC, thank God, they announced on Wednesday evening that the RNC is filing 2 new lawsuits in Bucks County and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court to stop the illegal counting of all ballots. Now, in a huge blow, they're cheating. They're just cheating. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court in September ruled that they can't do this. Right? So they don't care. They don't. I've always said it. They don't care about you. They don't care about the country. They care about getting their way and only getting their way. Really that simple. Show me when Republicans or Republican authorities, if you would, actually went totally against a court order. They usually just see, I say you keep pushing. But they went totally against tell me when they went totally against a court order. Another person that needs some severe psychiatric care, John Bolton. I had him on the show. He didn't like what I had to say to him either. He calls for the FBI to investigate Gates and Gabbard. Really? They got 2 months on the way out. This is really the way you want them to use their time? Right? Former Trump advisor turned foe, John Bolton, called for the FBI to conduct an investigation into former House member Tulsi Gabbard and Matt Gaetz. Now, he wants them to do it before the confirmation. I love this stuff, though. I really do. I just think this is so funny. He's just scorned. He's like, what was the term? Woman scorned? He's like a woman scorned. He really is. He is a warmonger. He truly is the epitome of a warmonger. He wants to take everybody down, with military force. And in some cases, I can see that totally making sense, but not every single time. When President Trump nominated Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence and Gaetz for attorney, both nominees will already be subject to FBI background checks. So I'm kind of confused as to what else he's calling for. how much deeper he wants them to go. Or does he want to make it sound like he initiated this and that's why the FBI is doing the check? See, a lot of you are ignorant to the process. And because you're ignorant to the process, you don't know what they already do here. You know, that's simple. And they're not honest people. I don't know what happened to them. I know some of you say they've never been honest, all right? But listen, with all due respect, I have very honest friends. They just don't understand the process. They don't pay attention close enough to politics to know truly what their party is doing. And you've seen those interviews in the street where people ask a question, with the interviewer asks a question to people in the street saying, hey, who said this? And it's usually a quote of Joe Biden or Obama, and they always attribute it to Donald Trump, the people in the street. It's just amazing. Anyway, send me an email if you've got a question, joe@joemessina.com, joe@joemessina.com. The House Speaker Mike Johnson is back to Get's nomination, but that might just be to get rid of him. I don't know. Anyway, he I just love this stuff. I think it's hilarious, frankly. How they really feel like they got a right to say anything, the Democrats, when you look at some of the people they put up. Right? I mean, look at who they put up. You know, what's his? I can't think of his name. Levine. What do they call the norm? They surrounded themselves with people that are, leaders surround themselves with people that are well versed in their fields. They don't have to be the expert in that area. Matter of fact, you want a few people that maybe know more than you do. The only beef I really have with Gates, I told you, is I'm hoping he can control himself because he ousted McCarthy, and I'm not a McCarthy fan at all, with no plan B or C. And you want to talk about choices? What about Rachel Levine and Sam Brenton? Right? Really? Did they do a background check on those two? And you do know that the president can nix those checks. Been done before. Anyway, Senator Lindsey Graham pleaded with fellow Republicans to back Donald Trump's choice as Attorney General after initially sounding skeptical about the bombshell choice. He was on Fox News with Hannity. He said, every Republican, let's just give Matt a chance. I mean, the reality of the matter is he serves at the pleasure of the president. The president can can him at any time. And they just go back to they'll go back and get somebody else. The thing with Trump that people hate, now, yeah, it was a mess the first time around because he really didn't understand. And the people around him, they weren't for him. Right? They weren't giving him decent and good information. That's why it was so chaotic at first. It wasn't because, look, you don't make the money he makes. You don't build the buildings he does. You don't come up with the projects that he comes up with because you're chaotic and you can't hold it together. Just to put it Joey B's terms, that's just a line of malarkey. Just amazing. Anyhow. Hey, guess who filed paperwork to run again? Any of you know? This is not craziness going somewhere to happen. Nancy Pelosi is 84 years old. She's got 2 years, right? She just got another 2 years. Did absolutely no campaigning. She's filed paperwork for re-election in 2028. She isn't finished with her endless quest for power. She wants to have that perceived power right up until the day she dies. Right? After she ripped Biden's skull off and served it to him on a platter, I still think with the look on Biden's face, I think he voted for Trump. So anyway, Pelosi reportedly threatened Joe Biden as she pressured him to drop out of the race. Barack Obama damaged Joe Biden with leaks to the media as Pelosi worked behind the scenes to oust Biden over the summer. It's a true statement. Pelosi straight up threatened Biden. That's according to Politico. They are not a right-wing rag. Per Politico, Nancy made it clear that they would do this the easy way or the hard way. There's somebody who is close to these conversations. She said she gave them 3 weeks of easy way, and it was about to become the hard way. After nearly a week of getting battered by damaging leaks, Joe Biden on July 21st announced he is dropping out of the 2024 race. Now, I know for a fact I got from somebody that they didn't even tell him. They wrote the letter. They decided he was gone on that Thursday before you heard him tell it on Sunday. All right? The Democrats are in disarray. I'm not enamored by the young ones, but the old ones have got to go. The Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, and so on, they need to move on. They've been a detriment to that party. They're power hungry. They have truly become the elitists that they always said the Republicans were, and may have been at one point in time. They do not want to give it up. Right? At Kamala Harris's speech, where she was, her concession speech, if you would, Nancy Pelosi and Donna Brazile were going at it on a regular basis. And it went on and on and on. God only knows what they were talking about. But you know it wasn't about how great everything was. If I was Brazil, I would have walked up to her and said, this is your fault. This is what you caused. This is what you made happen. All right. Go for a break. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up on the Joe Messina Show.
Listen up, ladies and gents. Are you or a special someone taking prescription meds to treat ED? Everyone knows how well they can work, but did you know that with one free call, you can start saving hundreds of dollars on every prescription order? Gone are the days of paying $30 plus per pill. Now, for less than $2 per pill, you can get sildenafil, the active ingredient in your ED meds, in generic 20-milligram tablets. That's right, for less than $2 a pill, you can get the exact same results. Each order is discreetly delivered right to your door. There's even a money-back guarantee. Remember, you don't need to pay big prices to get big results. We'll save you hundreds of dollars on the exact same active ingredient. We deliver generic sildenafil for less than $2 a pill right to your door with a no-questions-asked money-back guarantee. Call right now at 1-800-273-4776. That's 1-800-273-4776. Again, 1-800-273-4776. Call right now.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Deutsch, and if you or your business owe money to the IRS, I've got great news for you. Tax laws have changed. Billions of dollars are earmarked for IRS Fresh Start programs, and if you qualify, you can literally save tens of thousands of dollars. Listen, I know what you're going through. Call me if you want to speak with a tax attorney or tax professional for free.
800-284-9275. That's 800-284-9275.
Attention small business owners. This could be the most important 10-minute call you will ever make. You could recover up to $26,000 per employee today. And all you have to do is make one short 10-minute call to take your business up a notch or bounce back from these difficult couple of years. Omega Accounting Solutions can help you recover any payroll tax overpayments you made during the pandemic. You may even be eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee. All it takes is a quick, easy, free 10-minute ERC consultation to determine if you qualify. Omega is the small business champion with teams dedicated to maximizing tax credits. They know their stuff so well that CPAs and payroll companies even turn to Omega for ERC tax guidance. Call 800-300-9ERC. That's 800-300-9ERC. 1-800-300-9ERC or visit OmegaTaxCredit.com.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215.
Never mind, dear. Chin up. That's right, both of them. Yeah.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate the time you're spending with us on the air, in the chat room, texting and tweeting, and being part of the conversation. Hey, some pseudo inside information for you, and I'm happy to talk about this one. I know some of you heard that Dennis Prager had an accident and he had hurt himself, and nobody really knew the extent of the injury. They were thinking he may have broken his neck, and that's bad. That's just bad. So now it looks like he's got some compressed vertebrae in his neck. He's not paralyzed. The neck is not broken. I'm just going to say it. Praise God that we didn't lose somebody like him, a giant like him. I won't say in the conservative movement, but how about in the American movement? Maybe if we stop using words like conservative, we'll take the fight out of them altogether. They're just amazing. But thank you God that he's fine. So, got something to say? Send it to me, Joe@joemessina.com. Joe@joemessina.com. So much appreciate the time that you're spending with me here on the show, in the chat, whatever it is, however it is you're doing this, I so much appreciate it. All right, let's get down to some more business. Again, I was thinking about it during the break. Some of you guys are going to laugh at me or throw something at me. I don't know which, but don't really care at this point. Nancy Pelosi, 84 years old, is rerunning for her seat in 2026. She's like, not to worry, I got it covered. I mean, isn't this great? And if they vote her back in, they get what they deserve. That's number one. Number two is, please, keep running. People like you and Maxine Waters, 75% of the vote, she probably didn't send a mailer out. She doesn't have to because her team is locked in to her. They could never tell you what she did. All they could tell you is that she's a Democrat. That's it. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Always appreciate the time that you're spending with me on the air, in the chat room, texting and tweeting and that kind of stuff. I really do appreciate all that. All right, anyhow. We've got again, I love the way they do this. I do. I find this stuff so amazing. So Joyless Reed was talking to a Democrat governor, And J.D. Pritzker, right, Illinois governor, he said he would do everything in his power to protect, ready for this one, the undocumented immigrants. J.D., they're not undocumented immigrants. Legally, they're illegal aliens. You can call them what you want. You can call a pig a horse. You can do all of that. It doesn't mean it is. Take a listen to a conversation between him and Joy Reid. This is just great.
Can the state of Illinois prevent the federal government from building internment camps, a.k.a. what they're calling detention facilities in Chicago?
Well, we have prohibited by law in the state of Illinois the use of any of our existing county jails or prisons for the purpose of rounding people up and detaining them. I want to be clear that there are certain circumstances in which the federal government and state governments should work together to allow deportation. An example would be somebody who's been convicted of a violent crime. But they're talking about rounding up people who are law-abiding, undocumented immigrants.
Stop. That's what the underlying tone for this should be the Twilight Zone. First of all, they can't be law-abiding, undocumented immigrants. The mere fact that they're undocumented immigrants, you mean illegal aliens, which is illegal, right? It is illegal to come into this country, without checking, without the proper paperwork. I don't want to sound redundant by saying it's illegal to come into this country illegally, right? And he's going to go here. Let me let him go on. This sounds stupid. Hold on.
In this country. Look, I'm going to do everything that I can to protect our undocumented immigrants. They're residents of our state. And I also obviously need to make sure that whatever they're doing in our state, the federal government, that it is actually within federal law or state law for them to do it.
Now, what I love about this is when Texas was trying to protect itself, they said it was the federal government's job to handle and take care of illegal immigration. But when Trump says, okay, they're going to start enforcing federal laws, they're going to handle it, now the states run by Democrats and say, no, we're going to take care of this we're going to take care of this. We've got this. We're going to do everything we can to protect our undocumented citizens. There you go. They're not undocumented citizens. They're illegal aliens. It's really that simple. Okay, so some more of your listening fun. Hakeem Jeffries was interviewed on CNN today, and he was talking about how we're going to get along, kumbaya, but we're going to do everything we can to fight when we think they're wrong. Well, you always think we're wrong. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Take a listen. We're just going to play the first part of it.
And House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries joins us now. Leader Jeffries, your reaction to this breaking news that President-elect Trump is expected to nominate RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr., to be the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services.
Well, great to be with you, Jake. Since the election, we've made clear that we will work to find bipartisan common ground with the incoming administration on any issue, whenever and wherever possible, in order to make life better for the American people. But of course, we will push back against far-right extremism.
See, that's the part, right? What'll make life better for the American people. You lost because you made life miserable for the American people. You lost because the American people like the plans, like what Trump wants to do, like what the Republicans want to do to get this country back on track again. And yet you're still too dull to figure out by fighting him, you're fighting the will of the people. You're saying they are perfectly right about you. You're elitists. You think you know better than the American people who voted for new leadership, a new way, a new direction. But they're too dull to figure it out. It is mind-boggling.
Whenever necessary. Throughout the campaign, the former president promised America the very best, promised the best economy, promised the best border security, promised the best administration.
Yeah, right. To get back to where we were before. All those wonderful things that were happening under Trump. We promised to get back to that, and he can deliver. You want to go back to the Biden way.
Possible. The question that we all have to ask with respect to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and others, is this America's very best? Is this the best that America has to offer to safeguard the health and well-being of the American people? Of course it's not.
Really? Why not, Jeffries? What would be so bad? JFK has sued on these health issues, major corporations, and won. He did a movie, a documentary some of you should check out called Vaxxed. He is not, the funny thing about it is he's not against vaccines. Right? But he is against some of the things that are in those vaccines. How many they give it? I mean, you got to see the movie. You'll see what I'm talking about, the documentary.
And that's problematic, and it's an unfortunate sign, perhaps, of what's to come.
What are your issues specifically with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as
out.
HHS Secretary?
We understand he's completely and totally unqualified as it relates to protecting the health, the safety, and the well-being of the American people.
Have you seen Joe Biden's Health and Human Services Secretary? Totally qualified, right? And why, again, is RFK Jr. unqualified?
A lot of challenges emerging from the pandemic. We need serious folks with a serious background and serious expertise. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is, of course, none of the above.
You see, again, the Kennedys would not be allowed in the Democrat Party today. They've become so progressive. It's pathetic.
Has been his selection of.
Don't you think so? I mean, if you look at what they're allowing, what they're pushing, what they want, there is no way in God's earth that they would allow them back in, or in to begin with, or positions of authority. You know, this is hilarious. It's like, so they're worried about what Trump is bringing to the table, what he's going to do. You know what he's not going to do? He's going to work on the economy to make sure that, you know, right now Advanced Auto Parts is closing 700 stores. Do you know how many people that is, support services and everything else around him? Walgreens is set to close over 1,200 locations. Why? Due to inflation. Right. That was not because of Trump. You know, and the funny thing about this is they think they're